Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is No Way Out. This is the finale to this series of Universe. It is time to seal the deal. It is time to wrap it all up. It is time to say goodbye to a once beloved time. It is time to move on, but we go out with one huge final night of action, and that is exactly what we have on our hands here at No Way Out. 4 big matches for you, 6 title matches, and you're seeing the first of the big title matches right there in terms of Jeff Hardy versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. The Beast just survived his match with Kazuchika Okada at Fastlane. Will he be able to do the same here tonight? The charismatic Enigma, is Jeff Hardy going to pull off a giant upset to walk out with the WWE title? Speaking of upsets, speaking of potentials here tonight, could Tetsuya Naito be the one to take the title away from Seth freaking Rollins and deny him the chance to continue his elongating reign as ECW champion? Will Naito be the one to stop Rollins here tonight? They've got in each other's head. They've messed around with each other. They are at boiling point with one another, and that boiling point comes to a peak here tonight. But you want to talk about hatred. You want to talk about what it feels like to be betrayed. Here it is in its finest form. There are no titles on the line. There's no title opportunity on the line. There is just hatred between two men, between Shinsuke Nakamura and Kazuchika Okada. These two men despise one another, and it's because of one man, and that is Nakamura. That is a huge match, but it's not the main event. This is the main event. It is villain versus vigilante. It is Sting versus Marty Scurll for the World Heavyweight Championship. The final match of this series of Universe goes to Monday Night Raw. And between these two men, the longest reigning world champion in the history of this universe against the man who has had enough of his actions. We close out with this match, but there is still plenty more to go through. And that is exactly what we're going to have right now, because we are starting things off with the Cruiserweight Championship triple threat match between Zack Sabre Jr., Mustafa Ali, and of course the Cruiserweight Champion himself, Hiromu Takahashi. So with that being said, out first comes one of the challengers, the former Cruiserweight Champion himself. Zack Sabre Jr. lost the title at SummerSlam to Hiromu Takahashi, and since then it has been the job of Zack Sabre Jr. to get that Cruiserweight Championship back. It has been everything. It has meant everything to Sabre Jr. to be the Cruiserweight Champion again. You could argue he almost had it at Anarchy Rules, if not for the arrival and the return of Mustafa Ali. Ali and Sabre Jr. this started out as. Sabre Jr. and Takahashi this became. Sabre Jr., Takahashi, and Ali is what we have here tonight. This man is the centerfold to why everyone is opposed to one another in this triple threat match. And you know Zack Sabre Jr. takes pride in it. You know he takes pride in being the one to orchestrate the plan to get rid of Mustafa Ali at SummerSlam. But it came back to bite him, and bite him bad. Because he lost his Cruiserweight Championship seconds, minutes later to Hiromu Takahashi instead of fighting this man, Mustafa Ali, the man who has, for lack of a better term, become obsessed with Zack Sabre Jr. His obsession with this man excels everything now. It is just his desire to be the Cruiserweight Champion and his desire to hurt the man that is Zack Sabre Jr. However, he has crossed the line with Hiromu Takahashi in the same breath. And it is why when you look at Mustafa Ali, a man who has always said he doesn't want to be second best, a man who has always said that he came here to be the champion and nothing more. Where do you cross the line where it stops becoming about you want to see this man succeed and it starts becoming you fear this man is getting too, for lack of a better term, obsessed with the Cruiserweight Championship, obsessed with Zack Sabre Jr., obsessed with wanting that title around his waist, held by the time bomb Hiromu Takahashi. It was a stunner at SummerSlam to witness the debut of the time bomb. Now we see here tonight in what is going to be his second defense of the Cruiserweight Championship if he will walk out with that title here. The odds are against Takahashi. It's a triple threat match. He doesn't need to be pinned to lose the Cruiserweight Championship. He doesn't need to be submitted. He doesn't need anything along those lines. What will happen here tonight, though, is that Takahashi is going out to retain his title. Takahashi only really cares about these two guys because they are coming for his Cruiserweight Championship. He has unfinished business with Sabre Jr. because the rematch was spoiled by Ali. And he has unfinished business with Ali because he got in the way of Takahashi. Takahashi is almost like a victim of circumstance. He's in here because he's the Cruiserweight Champion. And you know Takahashi is going to want to leave as the Cruiserweight Champion as well. So to the people currently watching live on the Twitch channel, who do we have to take home the Cruiserweight Championship out of these three men? I will be asking this question virtually every night. To the people on YouTube, yeah, this doesn't concern you, but, you know, you missed it. Who do we have? Ali, Sabre Jr., or Takahashi taking home the Cruiserweight Championship? So far, we've got Sabre Jr. to take the title home. And we'll see what is going to happen regarding that. But here we go, the bell rings and we are underway. And immediately, Hiromu Takahashi, well, he's just not interested, is he? He is not interested in the match. He goes right after Mustafa Ali. We'll see how these guys work around the ring. There are no DQs, no countouts. They're more than welcome to just grab a weapon and use it to their own pleasure if they so desire. So far, we have two for Zack Sabre Jr. Actually, surprising how the member of the British Empire. Another one for Takahashi in. So far, Ali, the reason why this triple threat match exists, doesn't seem to be the favorite. We will see what will happen right now, though, as well, it seems to be ganging up on Zack Sabre Jr. On Mustafa Ali right now. Ali in there with a Tiger Suplex backbreaker to Sabre Jr. and he goes right after Takahashi. Sabre Jr. going to take a moment to recover outside of the ring. In comes Hiromu Takahashi, back suplex, facebuster, and down goes the man desiring to be the Cruiserweight Champion. It is Takahashi who has the early control in this one right now. It seems the Cruiserweight Champion doing everything in his power to make sure he can dominate the ring. But it's ZSJ who's in with a powerbomb on the champion. First cover of the match and didn't even secure a 1 count in the process. It's a good counter, though, from Zack Sabre Jr. It's Sabre Jr. now who's the one who has control of this contest, it seems. He has pushed the buttons in the right way. And now Sabre Jr. with Ali. Oh, exploder suplex into the turnbuckle. A rough landing indeed. And a running bicycle kick after it. Zack Sabre Jr. has control over the ring in this moment. And let's see what is in the mind of Zack Sabre Jr. right now, left alone with Mustafa Ali, the man who attacked him this last episode of ECW. There was the knee in the chest, and there's the boot in the face right after it. There's no such chance, though, for him to capitalize. Takahashi right back in, has him up on his shoulder, going to look for the plunger here. Will he strike with it? He most certainly will. Takahashi deciding to go without the cover, though. Might have been down to Ali getting up to his feet. Now he goes for the cover. And it's a simple breakup there for Ali, but it's not looking that much better for Zack Sabre Jr. as he's locked in the submission. D has applied here. Sabre Jr. not someone who wants to tap out, but will he be forced to here? No. Mustafa Ali came in with the save. And this match stays alive. Takahashi, though, sending Ali on his way. Ali outside of the ring now. Cover made after everything that went on. Thinks he can put away Zack Sabre Jr. Sabre Jr. saying no way and kicking out early. But it is Hiromu Takahashi who has control over the ring right now. It is the Cruiserweight Champion who is asserting the claim once more. Is it Takahashi who's going to just leave Ali and Sabre Jr. to continue wanting to fight one another as he leaves no way out with the Cruiserweight title? Ali and Sabre Jr. The moment Ali got back in the ring there, Sabre Jr., his attention turns right towards the only man in this match to not have held the Cruiserweight title. Side headlock takedown there from ZSJ. And he goes back now towards Takahashi nails him with that neck breaker there. Also a neck crank than anything. Double underhook. Throwaway suplex. Sending him around now. Takahashi rolls to the outside. Mustafa Ali now leaping neck breaker from behind. And Ali now going in with a cover to be champion. And oh, Sabre Jr. still able to kick out early on enough. But look at that. Takahashi going right for Sabre Jr. Deadlifts him up with that suplex. It is Zack Sabre Jr. who went from having some control to being on the receiving end of absolutely everything right now. Sabre Jr. could be out of it in the ring. Meanwhile, Takahashi assaulting Ali in the corner there. And Ali rolling out of the ring. Cover on ZSJ. Will this do it? No. Sabre Jr. still able to kick out early enough. It's already been a hectic start to this edition of No Way Out. And I wonder how things will continue on throughout the night. But right now we're still yet to decide the Cruiserweight Champion. First of two multi-man matches here tonight. And look at this. Zack Sabre Jr.'s desperation sinking in. Rolling up Takahashi. And he almost had him for the Cruiserweight title. Facebuster suplex there by Mustafa Ali, and it leaves him alone in the ring now with Zack Sabre Jr. Roll up here, made by Sabre Jr. on Ali. Will this do it? No! Kick out at 2. Zack Sabre Jr. making the most of the opportunity right now. And he needs to, because Sabre Jr. has the ring to himself, but Ali can still fight back right now. Takahashi returning into the ring. The fight continuing on now. All three men converging in the ring once more. All three men desperate to be Cruiserweight Champion. Elbows by Takahashi here. Hasn't been a moment to breathe in this match, essentially. It's been chaos from the very beginning. Takahashi turns him around. Reverse suplex from the time bomb. And Sabre Jr. now leaving the ring. And that means that Mustafa Ali, who hadn't got up to his feet for some time, could be pinned here. He's still able to kick out. And Ali is... Ali's in huge trouble here. Takahashi picking him up, looking for the time bomb. And he nails it. Will he defend the title here? No, Sabre Jr. coming in, stealing the cover essentially. Takahashi went for a big boot, gets countered by Sabre Jr. Step up in Zaguria. Takahashi goes down. Takahashi goes out of the ring. Sabre Jr. trying to steal the cover from the time bomb. And Ali can still kick out at 2. Man alive. Is it all to play for in this matchup right now? Sabre Jr. has Ali up again. Knee in the chest. No run up, but it's still. Kicks him square in the jaw. Is this where he looks to lock in? Orienteering with napalm death, but he hasn't gone for that right now. He's gone for the arm of Ali instead. And now he goes for the cover. Will he end it? Ali still in this one. Takahashi getting back in the ring here. I have no idea how these guys are still fighting. It feels like any big move that strikes next will be the one to end it. There's no doubt about that in my mind right now. Irish whip. Sabre Jr. sending Takahashi back to the outside. If he wants to win this title, it seems as if he has to do it by taking it away from Mustafa Ali. Sabre Jr. lining himself up, looking for the opportunity to end it. And Sabre Jr. guillotine choke to Ali. And after everything that's gone on, will Ali tap out here? Ali submits. And the title returns to Zack Sabre Jr. and returns to the British Empire. The new Cruiserweight Champion for the second time. Zack Sabre Jr. has done it. He didn't pin the champion. He didn't tap out the champion. He wanted to seal business with Ali for good, and he did just that. Ali was the reason why this triple threat match existed in the first place, and now Ali is the reason why Zack Sabre Jr. is the Cruiserweight Champion again. And there you have it. Sabre Jr., 2 months without his title, but not a day longer as he reclaims the Cruiserweight title right here. 1 title match down at No Way Out. 1 title changed. Will the same be said for what is coming up next? As the Raw Women's Championship is on the line between Asuka and Rosemary. Well, we are about to find out if that'll be the case or not. Out comes the #1 contender to this title. Named it essentially by default. Asuka had fought her way back up to the very top, and now she has the chance to be the champion for the very first time, but she has to stop the woman who has not lost the title for the last 9 months. A huge reign it has been for Rosemary, but could the Empress of Tomorrow be the one to end it? Will it be Asuka to take the title away from Rosemary? Seems if Rosemary had some stern words for Asuka in the last episode of Monday Night Raw, saying that Asuka can bring whatever she wants, bring all the fancy robes she wants. It won't mean anything. Rosemary will stay, Asuka will decay, and Rosemary will remain the Raw Women's Champion. Every other woman has stepped up to the title and failed. The only one left for a clean sweep is Asuka. Everyone else has been beaten, but to the best of my knowledge, Asuka and Rosemary have not met. And we wait to see what happens here. We've already got people saying Rosemary and Asuka divided on who they think the women's champion is going to be heading into the next series of Universe. Who will hold that title when Raw rolls around tomorrow night? Will it be this woman adding to her longest reign as the Raw Women's Champion and the longest women's champion in the history of this universe? Or will it be Asuka to end it? We don't really know right now. You'd think history has a great way of telling what is going to happen. And if we were to go off history, we would go with Rosemary winning this one and being the Raw Women's Champion to head into the next series of Universe. But the reality is we have never seen a match between Rosemary and Asuka, so we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Asuka has been on the rise and has fought her way towards this Women's Championship opportunity. More than once, arguably. And now she has the chance to hold it again. She has the chance, to hold the title. Rosemary, though, has the chance to let another fall by the wayside, to let another decay. And we'll see if that'll be the case or not. Who will it be? Is it Asuka's turn to take the Raw Women's Championship away from Rosemary? Is it finally time for the guard to change? Or is the status quo going to remain? Is everyone going to line up for another round at the Raw Women's Champion? Is it going to be Rosemary to finish a clean sweep and retain the Raw Women's Championship and head on towards a year as the Raw Women's Champion? We are about to find out. This night of No Way Out action has already been hectic, and now we wait to see how it continues on from here on out. Asuka is ready. So too is Rosemary. Who will be the champion? Time to find out. Bell rings, runs away, and Rosemary leaping out of the gate there. Running clothesline, and immediately she goes after the Empress. This is typical Rosemary in a sense. Just go swinging and hope that your opponent doesn't have a way to combat it, but it certainly seems if Asuka does right now. Ankle lock applied in the early stages here. Rosemary rolls through, pushes her away. Rosemary now, snap suplex attempt. Has her up in the air. Sorry, Asuka with a snap suplex attempt. Took too long. Rosemary with a counter. Clubbing blow in the back. Pump, handle, backbreaker. Knee drop applied there from Rosemary. And now the Raw Women's Champion just unloading with whatever she can, whatever strike she has up her sleeve. Back suplex though from Asuka. You got to give credit to Asuka already. Feels as if a lot of people just get this opportunity against Rosemary. They get in the ring and they just go back to their own playbook. They go to what made them the number one contender, but that just doesn't work. That doesn't work in this day and age. You got to do something else. You got to You've got to have a different game plan against Rosemary. It's that simple. You can't head into this and think everything that I did that maybe number one contender is going to work, because it's not. Rosemary is a completely different ball game to every other woman on the Raw Women's roster. It is as simple as that. Getting out of that one there. Hard kick in the gut, and oh, that one was right across the face there by Rosemary. Asuka going down. Cover made here by Rosemary. Referee saying Asuka was in the ropes there. Not too sure how that one worked out, but sure. Rosemary now stretching the arms back of Asuka, keeping Asuka away from being able to rise up to her feet. Doing a good job there. But only temporarily. Rosemary in with a counter. Asuka, though, in with a back suplex. Asuka lifting her up to her feet. Let's see what else she can hope for here as the comeback now, sending her into the turnbuckle. She's taking her time. She's not rushing. And that is probably for the best that she doesn't rush. Counter there by Asuka. Asuka with a spinning kick in the gut now. She's going to line it up for the flying tackle. Onto the Women's Champion. First big move of the match. And it comes from the challenger. Asuka now looking for the Asuka lock early on. Will she be able to get it stitched in? She's going to go for it. And she's going to get it. Asuka's got it in. Asuka lock applied here. Will this do it? Will this seal the deal? Is this where Rosemary taps out already and kisses goodbye to the Raw Women's Championship? Will the Hive let her? Rosemary is not. Rosemary hanging in there. But Asuka still staying strong. So too, though, is Rosemary. Back and forth reversals. And sending her into the ropes. And Rosemary now making matters worse. The spit right in the face. The mist in the face. And it's leading up after it. Into the Red Wedding. To retain. Will it do it? Asuka's at it too. And Asuka keeps on going here now. German suplex to Rosemary. Dragon Sleeper applied as well, but is Rosemary in the ropes? Yes, indeed she is. The legs in the ropes. Good call by the referee on that one. You got to assume, though, that Asuka must have something else lined up, needs something else lined up. The Asuka lock was early, but it wasn't effective in the regards of getting what she wanted. Is the Red Wedding, just another Red Wedding, enough to end this all? Because honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it was. A devastation of that move. It doesn't matter how tough you are. You're very lucky to withstand one Red Wedding. You're even more lucky if you can withstand two. Asuka needs something big here. Well, she's in trouble. Knee right in the chest now. Repeated knees into the chest of Asuka. Let's see what else is lined up here. Turning her around now, looking to use the back to her advantage. Asuka denying it, Rosemary denying it in turn. The counters both these women are bringing out now, really just matching each other. Tiger suplex again, another cover made by Rosemary. Kick at it too. Rosemary has control back in her corner. Maybe that's the problem for Asuka. Maybe she got a little bit confident and then she got complacent. And that has allowed Rosemary back into this now. And look at this submission move being applied by Rosemary on Asuka. Asuka's head is in the ropes, but the referee didn't call for a rope break. How does that work out? Asuka in with a counter now, though. Here we go again. Asuka lining it up. Spinning kick. Flying tackle. Will she go for the cover? Doesn't seem so. Too close to the ropes might have been the reason why, or maybe this was the reason why, because she knew Rosemary was fighting back right away. And she most certainly has. Chop now from Rosemary. Slap to go with it. Now she's just disrespecting Asuka. She is just angering Asuka. And that could very well be a mistake. Cover made. Rope break called there by the referee. Did a damn good job of noticing that as well. That could have been a very controversial ending to this match. And Rosemary again sending Asuka into the ropes. It is all Rosemary right now. The Hive is conquering the Empress. It is, as Rosemary said, a queen is more superior to an empress, and she's showing it right now. But Asuka still has a window to work with. There is still a chance for Asuka to get back in this one. Look at this, though, from Rosemary. Look at the way she is unloading on Asuka right now, though. Irish whip off the ropes. Thez press takedown. And the head being slammed into the mat. Over and over and over again. Rosemary starting to show signs of fatigue, though. And there's a little surprise why that is the case. Asuka able to counter. German suplex. Nails it. Let's see what else Asuka can go for here. She's not thinking Asuka lock yet. She might have this mustered up to use to win the title. Middle of the ring. But she still won't go for the cover. She still decides otherwise on trying to win this thing. Asuka now has her head trapped in there. Elbows to the pinpoint of the head. Cover made as well. Will this end things? No, not even remotely close to ending things. But the reality is this isn't something that Asuka should be doing. She should not be raising her arms up in the corner. She should be doing this, which is exactly what she's going for right now. She's going to try and win the title. Asuka has her in. The Asuka lock is applied. The Asuka lock is locked in deep on Rosemary. There's nowhere for the Raw Women's Champion to go. Will this do it? It will. The reign has finally come to an end. The new Raw Women's Champion is Asuka. 9 months of dominance on Monday Night Raw. And it was the Empress who was the one needed to take the title away. And she has done it. She has done it at No Way Out. The new Raw Women's Champion is Asuka. Rosemary finally dethroned as the Raw Women's Champion. It is now the turn of Asuka to reign on. Wow. There was always one to end it, and Asuka was that one. Congratulations to Asuka, the new Raw Women's Champion. I haven't said that in almost a year, and I am so glad to be saying it right now. But we move on, because it is time for another multi-man match. It is time for more chaos in this ring. It is time for the fatal four-way contest to determine the ECW Television Champion. And oh god, this is the man out first. Braun Strowman Jesus Christ. Here he is anyway. So, this is the first of 2 Seth Rollins title matches here tonight. He will be defending the ECW Championship later on this evening against Tetsuya Naito. So make no mistake about it, this isn't an easy night for the greatest of all time. First contender out here, Braun Strowman. How did Rollins decide he wanted this match? I'll be honest, I think he made a bit of a dumb decision. He looked at everyone and he said, on the night that Rollins broke the record as the longest reigning champion of all time, he said, everyone who won here tonight who doesn't have a title match gets a title match. And yeah, that is what has happened, because not only did Braun Strowman win that night, this man also won that night. And needless to say, Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, and Samoa Joe, they've all had, for lack of a better term, conflict with one another. Mainly Samoa Joe taking on Braun Strowman and Aleister Black. He hates both those guys. He hates both members of the Wyatt family in this matchup. But he also wants to be the ECW Television Champion. Something quite badly, I reckon. And we'll see if he'll get his hands on that here tonight. Joe has held 2 world titles in this universe before. Former Royal Rumble winner. Has he had any other titles? Maybe he has, and I just can't remember. Who knows? What I do know is that this match is going to be worrisome, for lack of a better term, for one Seth Rollins. Because the reality is, Rollins, just like Takahashi, doesn't need to be pinned to lose here tonight. But unlike Takahashi, well, he's got another match tonight to worry about. And that is a very important thing that Rollins needs to focus on. Does he sacrifice one title to hold on to the other? Or does he do what Seth Rollins is known for and just go all out and try and win both matches here tonight and hold on to both titles? Do I think Rollins can do it? Sure. Do I know if Rollins can do it? We'll see. 4 men in this match to choose from, though, and I ask everyone who is watching live right now, who do they take to take home the ECW Television Championship? Will it be this man for the 3rd time? Aleister Black and that ECW Television Championship have become more than comfortable with one another over the reigns that Aleister Black has had with it. But is Aleister Black going to be taking it home for a 3rd time tonight, or will something else happen? Will maybe the fellow Wyatt family member in Braun Strowman be taking it home? Will the man who hates pretty much everyone in this match, Braun Strowman, be taking it home? We will find out in just a few moments. That much is 100% for certain. Towards the ring, right now, comes Aleister Black. And it was this time last year that him and Samoa Joe met in what was, for the ECW Television Championship, one hell of a contest. It was a continuation of the rivalry that they have sustained with one another. A continuation of that hatred. And we wait to see here tonight if it has another chapter written into it, or if it will continue on. I see someone with the Samoa Joe. There might have been some more before it, but, you know, technical difficulties meant that I didn't get to see them. But you don't need to be a professor of advanced mathematics to know who I'm going with, do you? Of course, I'm taking the ECW champion. Of course I'm taking the ECW Television Champion. Of course I'm taking Seth freaking Rollins to go the whole way. Rollins can do it. Rollins did it before. Rollins can do it again. If he has said everything heading into this evening about how he's not letting himself slip up, about how Naito is going to be embarrassed, about how he's been writing a new chapter to his book to head out with a title here tonight, with both titles here tonight, then there's no reason why Seth Rollins shouldn't do it. There is no reason why Seth Rollins shouldn't have both titles come the end of the evening. However, the reality is, and I know this is a harsh thing to say, is that you can do anything you want on paper. You can write whatever you want on paper, but paper doesn't win a wrestling match. Paper beats rock, but paper doesn't win a wrestling match. Sure, there's pretty much effectively two giant stones in this matchup. But the reality is that if Rollins wants to retain the title here tonight, he's going to have to pin one of these three guys. And none of these three guys are easy to pin. And so he's going to have to hope for something big to come out from this in order to retain the title. So let's see what happens. 3 challengers, 1 champion, 1 huge contest on its way, and here we go now. And immediately, the Wyatt family are locking up. Strowman and Aleister Black in the ring locking up. On the outside, Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins. Not their first rodeo in a fatal 4-way match. Not even their first one this year. They met at the Royal Rumble for the ECW title, which of course Rollins walked out the winner of. Strowman in there with a flying shoulder tackle, was it from Strowman? On Aleister Black? It may very well have been. Things aren't looking good right now though for Aleister Black. Hard punch in the gut. Rollins sending Joe face first. The running. Jesus Christ. The strength from Strowman this early on is just excelling. Rollins at the top rope. Phoenix Splash. Thing of beauty. Thing of beauty from Rollins. But I am very surprised to see that Strowman and Black did go after each other right away. Maybe it was just a case of when the bell rings, you're allowed to go after whoever you want. That may very well have been the case laid out by the Wyatt family. But right now, Rollins and Aleister Black rolling out of the ring there for a moment, and that allows Samoa Joe and Strowman to continue on what they started. They got a brief taste of it this past episode of ECW, but they hardly got a chance to go further. But they are right now. Aleister Black going up to the top rope here. I mean, honestly, he could have jumped off that top rope and probably landed on someone. There was enough bodies down there to hit. Black sending Rollins to the outside. They're continuing on. Pinfall or submission has to occur inside the ring here in this one. Braun Strowman now having control over Samoa Joe. Single underhook suplex there from Aleister Black on the thin padding on the outside. Sidewalk slam, no backbreaker by the monster among men. The runner-up to this year's Royal Rumble is already taking charge of Samoa Joe. Look at how easy he made that look. That was just outstanding to bear witness to. The freakish strength that Braun Strowman possesses. Rollins on the outside right now in huge trouble though. Aleister Black calling Rollins up to his feet. And here we go now. Rollins met with a knee there right in the face, and he rolls out of the ring. Strowman was looking for the powerbomb cutter there, and Aleister Black got in the way of it. That is not good news for the Wyatt family. That could have been a great opening for them there, but instead Aleister Black kind of selfishly going after him. He wants to be a 3-time television champion. He wants that belt again. But, I mean, you shouldn't cross Braun Strowman. Aleister Black, of all people, should know you don't cross Braun Strowman. Rollins, though, in the ring, kick in the gut, looking for the powerbomb cutter. He's overshot it. And that is why Aleister Black can wiggle his way out as well. Uh-oh, Strowman looking for that Tiger Suplex. Great counter from Black. What a counter. Everyone just kind of swinging wild at each other right now. All 4 men back in the ring here. DDT from Aleister Black. Strowman rolling out of the ring. Aleister Black, the only one in the ring in this moment. And Black is getting out the other way. Is he looking to continue after Rollins or Joe? May very well be the case. Strowman still recovering on the outside. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. Scrap that. He's back. Oh, God. Rollins sent into the ring pole, and it's Strowman and Joe back in the ring, going one-on-one against each other. Elbow in the gut. Suplex by Strowman. And Black now sending Rollins back in the ring. Grabbing him by the throat. Braun Strowman has him right in you. Wait. Someone. Rollins, what are you doing? Rollins, no. Black Mass! Black Mass strikes, and Strowman takes out Aleister Black. Samoa Joe still up on his feet though. But Rollins is down. Rollins is down, and I'm concerned. No! Strowman's just going to cover Rollins for the TV title. Rollins kicks out at 2. I was not worried. No, not at all. Not for a minute. Oh God, look at this now. Lining them both up and sending them careening into each other. And both men roll out of the ring. Strowman, the only one left standing in between those ropes, and Aleister Black. Well, he was standing for about a second. Joe now. Is he going to strike big? He may very well. Send Strowman in the corner. Looking for the corner in Zaguri. Joe getting countered, but fighting right back. In the turnbuckle now goes Strowman. Once more. Looked to headbutt him in it as well, but instead it's Joe whose head goes into the turnbuckle. Running Bulldog again. Aleister Black teetering on the apron. Hangs on in there. Another knee into the face of Rollins. This has not looked like a great match for Rollins, I gotta be honest. He needs to think through something desperately to try and defend his title right now. Black intervening there and getting in the way of that. And Black now on Braun Strowman of all people will apply the Dragon Slayer. Aleister Black is looking for the tap-out win over the Monster Among Men. Yeah, you can imagine how well that one went for him. Running clothesline, and Black goes down. Rollins up to his feet. Joe recovering. Oh no, he's not. Never mind. Joe was recovering. Torture rack. Is he going to go for backbreaker? Rollins, perhaps for the best, getting out of the ring there. And Rollins. Oh no, Strowman running power slam to Joe, but a rope break saved everyone there from the Monster Among Men capturing the ECW Television Championship. Down goes Aleister Black, and Braun Strowman for the last few minutes has just dominated this match. Cover on Joe, kick out at 2. Oh, good, great counter by Rollins. Come on, Rollins, you can pull this off. If there's anyone to do it, it's you. But oh, slam down into the mat there. Black not looking that fresh in the corner either. And Aleister Black snake eyes into the corner. Strowman's this is effectively turned into a 3-on-1 handicap, and Braun Strowman is just enjoying inflicting pain on everyone. What are we going to see in the ring now? Rollins is joining the fight on the outside. Only briefly though. Look at that headbutt there. Enough to ground a monster. Rollins, you're in the ring by yourself. Aleister Black is, well, he's out of it for lack of a better term. This is your chance to win this whole thing. Running knee to Black. A Uranagi. Jesus Christ. And back in the ring. Rollins, powerbomb cutter. Will he hit again? Aleister Black evades it. Black is free. And Black now countering a back suplex into a facebuster. Black gonna go up high. Black in. Double foot stop to Strowman. But Joe is forcing himself right back into that ring. And Joe now sent on splash to Strowman after it. I have no idea right now who's walking out with the title. It is anyone's game to play. There's no doubt about that. Aleister Black in from behind. Might have been hoping for Black Mass. Got denied. Aleister Black counters Braun Strowman in return. Back elbow. Rollins in. Black down. Man, this chaos has just been raining through from the very start of this match. Everyone basically going down there to Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman in on Rollins. No, 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 Strowman! Running power slam! Good God, no! 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 Braun Strowman, of all the big muscly bastards who could win the title, the biggest one has. The monster among men is the ECW Television Champion. And that means Rollins no longer has the double title to his name. Rollins is just the ECW Champion, and if that is to go off anything, and if that performance from Rollins is to mean anything, he might not be holding on to the ECW title later on tonight, and it's not like he has much time to recover, because up next is the WWE title match. The first of the 3 world title matches here tonight. It is Jeff Hardy against Brock Lesnar. Who will walk out with the WWE Championship here tonight? Will it be the charismatic Enigma, or will the Beast hold on to the title once more? We are about to find out here. I mean, this whole show has started off effectively at about 1,000 miles an hour. We have had, what? 3 new champions crowned. And perhaps in the worst part of it all is that one of them to lose the title was Seth Rollins. It can happen once tonight. It can't happen twice. It can't happen twice. People are saying, or noting that Strowman's foot was on the ropes. I didn't catch eye of that, so I'll take your guys' words for it and I'll decide what to do from there. But the reality is, the referee's decision in the moment was that Braun Strowman won, and I will have to go along with it for now. I'll decide at a later date. If Rollins wants another crack at that belt, he can have another crack at that belt. If he doesn't, then that's fine. But that's to focus on for another day. Very good observations from everyone. I didn't notice. But that's for another day. Because right now, Jeff Hardy is in for the fight of his life against Brock Lesnar. Oh, here we go. Lesnar and Hardy meeting for the very first time in this universe. We are very, very ready for this one, I believe. Lesnar has a point to prove after the insanely controversial ending to Fastlane. We'll get on that later on this evening. But as for right now, Brock Lesnar has to basically prove all the naysayers wrong. Has to do it over Jeff Hardy here tonight. Hardy won a triple threat match involving Bobby Fish and Kevin Owens to get the shot at this title. But has he done enough? Will he be able to do enough here tonight to walk out with a WWE title? I'm already seeing, I think I saw someone saying that they already think Brock's winning this one. And I asked the question again to the people witnessing this one live, who do they go with? Is it the Beast who heads out with that belt? Or is it Jeff Hardy? To pull off what I would argue is one of the biggest upsets we'll have ever seen. We are about to find out, because that's what they're fighting for. It is a huge chance here tonight for this guy. This may very well be Jeff Hardy's first ever shot at the world title in this universe. The SmackDown general manager gave him the chance, and Hardy didn't let him down. Put him in that triple threat match, and Hardy pinned the second longest reigning champion in the history of this universe. And I am quite surprised, because it is actually right now Hardy getting the picks over Lesnar. People think that the upset is going to happen here tonight. People think that that Jeff Hardy's going to pull off the big upset here. We'll see. That is what it is all about. Lesnar has a point to prove. Lesnar has to prove that he could have beat Okada at Fastlane. And he has to prove here tonight that he can still hold on to the WWE Championship. Here we go. And immediately, Lesnar coming out of the gate swinging at Jeff Hardy. If there's one way for Hardy to win, it's to move around the beast. Lesnar's fast, but Hardy's faster. Hardy has resiliency like no others. But immediately a Kimura lock being applied here by Lesnar onto Hardy. This is where Hardy is going to be out of his depth. This is where Hardy is going to be basically nothing. He's going to be thrown around from pillar to post by Brock Lesnar. And already things aren't looking good for the number one contender on the outside now. Braun Strowman unloading away on Jeff Hardy. And you can feel the support in this arena that does exist for Jeff Hardy. It already feels like it's dwindling in some senses. But how much will it dwindle? Can Jeff Hardy reiterate some kind of support here? Can he get people back on his side? We'll find out now. Look at this from Jeff Hardy. Back suplex to the WWE Champion. And the Beast is off his feet here. Hardy's got to act quickly. We'll see what will happen right now. Forearm shot, no. Lesnar just saying no. And now incoming. Double backbreaker. Hardy is, well, more than on the back foot right now. He has to do something, and it looks like he's going to do something here. Hardy with a crossbody back in the ring. These little spurts of offense are giving hope, but Lesnar just shuts them down instantaneously, and we could be saying goodbye to Hardy's hopes of being WWE Champion already. Lesnar coming in, Suplex City on its way, and it all has been completed. The tour is done for Hardy. Big knee in the face, though, by Jeff Hardy to hang on in there. Can Hardy keep on fighting right now? Does he have a second wind within him? He most certainly does, because here he goes. Atomic drop now to the champ. In. Leg drop into the gut. Drop kick after it. Oh my goodness, how do you keep fighting on against Brock Lesnar? Ask Jeff. Okay. So everything in this match that has been done has meant absolutely nothing to the Beast. Rollins in, countering him there. Oh, sorry, Rollins? Well, that's later on, I hope. Okay, it's a bit tough to get a title loss out of your head when he hasn't lost a title in 400 plus days. Hardy, top rope, moonsault onto Brock. I know Hardy is slow to react here, but he's... Oh, look at that. He might have been going up to the top rope hoping that Swanton Bomb could have been struck. Instead, he just got plucked out of thin air. He just got plucked out of thin air by Brock Lesnar. The Beast is more than deadly here tonight. It's almost like this is a sparring contest for Lesnar. It's almost like he's messing around with Jeff Hardy. It's not like he's treating this like a real fight. Hardy in, though. He is treating it like a real fight. Twist of fate by Hardy. Covers Brock. No, Brock's foot under the bottom rope there. You can see, though, Hardy limping already. Back hunched over at some points. There is no doubt about it that Lesnar has severe control in this one, and that is way too far for Hardy to hope to fly. Even I know that. Hardy's a risk taker, but that is just too far to go. Hardy brings himself up, and look at Lesnar. He's either playing possum, or it's just awful, awful timing for Jeff Hardy. Hardy's going to fly, drop kick into the back, and the Beast goes down again. This is your point, Jeff Hardy. Line him up. Is he going to swanton bomb him in the back? He's not, because Lesnar gets up to his feet. Hit with a crossbody. Cover again by Hardy. And Lesnar is still kicking out early. Kicks out of the count of 1 there. And he pulls himself up to the top rope. Does Jeff Hardy? Is he thinking? No, I thought Swanton Bomb was on its way there for a moment. That was not the case. Lesnar counters. Overhand punch. Look at how quick Lesnar is into act there. The speed of Jeff Hardy. And everything he's hoping for is just getting thrown out of the window by everything Brock Lesnar does. Look at the speed and the strength for the amateur wrestling takedown. And now just strength. Dead lift powerbomb by Lesnar to Hardy. Adding more there, more punishment. Snap suplex raining in. Lifting him up now. Counter by Hardy. There's still a hope. There isn't. Countered there. Oh, Lesnar's in. Lesnar's in. And this might very well be it. Brock Lesnar. F5. We can watch it as many times as we want. But I think the moment that was hit, the reality came true. Lesnar just retained the WWE title. 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar is still the WWE champion. Hardy was always fighting an uphill battle. And then it went from being an uphill battle to being a downfall for Jeff Hardy. Lesnar isn't done. Lesnar isn't done. This is just like how he did at SummerSlam. Assaulting his opponent after the bell. Unloading away. Hardy has no defense. And he just wanted to rub it in. Wanted to rub in the victory. Wanted to hurt Jeff Hardy more. And wanted everyone to know this is the WWE champion. This is the beast. This is the man at the very top of SmackDown Live. Who dares stop him? Who dares try to take this belt away from Brock Lesnar? Because whoever does want to try, step up. Brock Lesnar will be more than happy to send you right back down. There's no controversy about that win. Lesnar easily retained the title. Well, coming up next, it feels like there might not be an easy title defense. And I'm not going to lie, I wish that match went on a little longer for that reason. Tetsuya Naito against Seth Rollins coming up right now. Naito, the number 1 contender, and the man who wants to achieve destiny here tonight to become the ECW champion. Rollins, I beg you, hold on to one title here tonight. Hold on to the title that matters the most. It is El Ingobernable versus the greatest of all time. Let's see how it all came about. When Seth Rollins broke the record as the longest reigning champion of all time, there was reason for some to celebrate and others to mourn for it. This man, loved by some, hated by many, had a record all to himself. A record that someone didn't care for. El Ingobernable, Tetsuya Naito, the number 1 contender for the ECW Championship, and the man whose destiny was to hold that title. Naito struck first, Naito struck second, but Rollins wasn't staying down. When both men went on the offensive, the other went on the back foot. But who, tonight, would walk out ECW champion? Destiny awaits, but for who? I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all. Alright, yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. Something I didn't notice in that match that I got told just now, Rollins sustained a laceration on his face. His forehead was cut open. They've done the best they can to close the cut, to close the wound, to make sure that it won't reopen here unless provoked by Tetsuya Naito. Which means Rollins is probably going to get busted open at some point in this match, because that's exactly what Tetsuya Naito is going to want to do. Naito became the number 1 contender for that title. at Anarchy Rules. He beat Kyle O'Reilly to become the #1 contender. And now we wait to see what he does here tonight. Is this the time where the worst possible thing that can happen happens? Is this where Seth Rollins loses the ECW title? I can't think of a greater horrific outcome than no ECW title around the waist of Seth Rollins. So, who does everyone side with on this one? Who goes with Naito? Who goes with Rollins? Someone already going with Naito. And that worries me. That worries me because there is an element of me that may think that Rollins was playing his cards too far out. Not too close to his chest, too far out. So far, it's 100% towards Naito. But how much of that has to do with people wanting Naito to be the champion or people just wanting Rollins to be rid of that title? More often than not right now, I spout a lot of greatness about Seth Rollins. I spout about how great he is. I remind you all how he's the greatest of all time, and I take pride in doing it because I know it's true. But I am worried for Rollins because there is a huge, huge potential here tonight for Seth Rollins to lose it all. This may very well be the worst night that could ever happen in this universe. For Rollins to lose it all in one night. To go from weeks ago, breaking a record and cementing his statement as the greatest of all time, to having nothing just a few weeks later because of Braun Strowman and because of that man. Oh my God. Let's see what happens though. Let's see. I want Rollins to win this more than I've ever wanted Rollins to win a match, I think, before. This may even be more than I wanted him to win against Kenny Omega when both titles were on the line. This is an important belt for Rollins to keep hold of. If he doesn't want to go after the ECW Television Championship again, that's fine. He already made the history. He already became the two-time champion. He already held both belts at the same time. But if Rollins can't hold on to this title here tonight, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to continue on if Rollins loses here tonight. I'm not ready if that's the outcome. But there stands the ECW champion, awaiting another title fence here tonight. This time last year it was Bobby Roode. Now this year it's Tetsuya Naito. Oh, I am shaky about this. I'm very, very shaky about this. That's what's on the line. Who's taking the title home? Well, we might as well have fun in finding out. Naito Rollins begins. And Rollins immediately gets out of the ring. This is smart from Rollins. Think about it. Naito relies upon mind games more than anything else to succeed. Naito relies upon getting in his opponent's head and doing what he wants in order to succeed. He forces the aggression out of them and then uses it to his advantage. Rollins ain't going to let Naito do that right now. Rollins wants to play the mind games from the early goings, and this gives Rollins time to suss out his body, to suss out how he feels physically from that fatal four-way match. His head was cut open, his TV title is gone. Rollins could make a plethora of errors that could lead to him losing that title. We're about to find out what will happen right now. Here we go. Rollins on the offensive. Early going. Face first into the turnbuckle. And it's all Rollins in the early goings of this match. And that is just what I want to see. Naito, though, in with a counter to that spinning heel kick. But Naito is pretty mute right now. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it means Rollins is in control. Yes. Does it mean that Naito is waiting to strike? Maybe. Sling blade by Rollins, though. Things all going good for him right now. Uh-oh. Naito in with a counter, though. Big kick in the gut. Look at this now. Naito going after the leg of Rollins. And that takes the curb stomp away. If Naito can keep honing in on the leg. Takes the speed away from Rollins as well. It grounds Seth Rollins. Forearm. Absolutely drilling him, and look. You knew that was going to come out from Naito. His confidence is always at a peak. Hammerlock. Back suplex, and Rollins goes down. And now Naito has turned this around into his kind of match. It is Naito in the front seat here. Come on, Rollins. Is Naito raking at that cut? Because if he is, then I think the referee should get in there and do something about it. He may have already made one mistake as to why Seth Rollins is no longer a champion. Doesn't want to be held accountable for two. Naito. Moonsault. Oh my god. DDT! And Rollins spiked himself there. Rollins came right down on the top of his head. And now up against the ropes and sent up and over them as well. To the outside we go. Rollins, though, is the one who has a bit of control on the outside here. Sending them into the barricade. Got sent back in the ring, though. Snapdragon suplex. Cover by Rollins. Trying, hoping. Kick out. Come on, Rollins. You got something up your sleeve here. Now would be an absolutely great time to bring it out. Naito in with a counter, though, and he's sending him into the turnbuckle. Got kneed hard in the face, though. Snapdragon suplex again, I believe that was from Rollins, and another kick out. Rollins sending Naito face first into the turnbuckle. He'll go up high. Are we going to see the Phoenix Splash this early on? You better believe we are. Cover after it. Will this retain the title? No. Shinlock applied now, though, by Seth Rollins on Naito. Can he do the job here with it? Is there a dream where Naito taps out? Apparently there isn't, because Naito is still fighting on. Front face lock now by Naito. Is he going to look for a suplex of sorts? He's just going to let Rollins go. He's just going to let him fall. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Destino! No, 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 no. No, no, no. Rollins kick out. Rollins kick out. Oh. Don't go doing that again, Rollins. You need to be on the money from now on. You've had your little window of error. You can't let that happen again. Naito now attacking the leg of Rollins once more. Naito now sending Rollins into the turnbuckle. Perching him up on the top turnbuckle as well. This is dangerous now for Naito. Meteora there striking. Elbows in the chest now. Come on, Rollins. Look at that standing moonsault. Gorgeous. Rollins. Will he strike? Will he go for it? Architect's Annihilation! And that could lead into the title defense. No, it's a kick out at 2. I was hoping for the best then. Naito, blockbustered. Rollins still has a chance here. Oh no, he doesn't. Snap German suplex there. Rope break, though. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, Naito, please. Not again. Rollins in with a counter. We're all good. We're all good. Rollins now from behind. Look at that reverse Rana. That was gorgeous. Cover made now by Rollins to retain. Kick out at 2 from Naito. Oh, man. I'm shaky. I'm nervous. I gotta be brutally honest. I am very nervous about everything going on in this match. Because for all I know, for what Rollins went through, any move could be the one to take the title away from him. Naito right now has more than enough control to try and take that title away from him. Naito, as a matter of fact, is going to use anything to take the title away from him. He's using the ropes. On the arm now, though. Naito continuing some onslaught here. But he's starting to show tiredness. I also didn't know that Naito was busted open. I didn't notice that until right now. Rollins has a great piece of work has a great thing to use here to work with. Come on. The chance is still there, Rollins. You got this. Up against the ropes. Oh, no. This was not your smartest idea you could have done, Rollins. Why? Rollins, no. Rollins, please. This ain't a good idea, but he's going to go for it. Suicide dive! Rollins and Naito both go down. Is this what it means for Rollins to hold on to that title? Rollins sacrificing his own body to be champion. But does he have it in him to finish it all? Does he have it in him to seal this now? Naito is down and out in the ring effectively. This is the moment for Rollins. Big knee right back into the ring. Cover him, and he does. 1, 2, no. Naito kicks out at 2, and Rollins still hasn't done enough to put away Tetsuya Naito. This is a nightmare this is turning into now, because this match is just going on and on. Rollins is getting worse and worse physically. Naito, no way. Hurricanrana from the top. And Naito sensing it in him. He calls out to everyone. And he's going to go. No way, he's going for another one. Naito's looking for another one. He's looking from coast to coast, essentially. A second. Top rope. Hurricanrana. And it puts him in perfect place. No. Naito. No. Destino. 1. Yes. I thought it was over. I thought it was over. I really did. I honest to God thought that was it. But it wasn't. It wasn't. Rollins is still in this. Naito. Moonsault DDT again, but come on. Come on, Rollins, please. Please. I'm begging you, do anything to fight on. Do anything to hold on to that title. Counters Naito there with a forearm. Right back in with a knee. I don't know where he finds it, but I'm so glad that he does. Rollins. God's last gift. Cover made. Is it enough to hold on to the belt? It is not. Naito getting that shoulder up still in time. These two guys are exhausted now. Naito thought that double Hurricanrana Destino was going to be enough, and it wasn't. Look at the full head of steam he's got. What a DDT! How has that cut not been reopened on the head of Tetsuya Naito is beyond me. Oh, sorry, on Rollins is beyond me. I have no idea. I'd expect this ring to be covered in his blood at this point. Naito with one hell of a drop kick once more. Rollins might be looking for the superplex combination there. He's still got one hell of a chance to hope for it. Sitting him up on the top turnbuckle here. Rollins is in. And this time, Naito is struggling to counter. Superplex. Follows through. Falcon Arrow. And Rollins knows what to do from here on out. Now he can effectively be on autopilot. Phoenix Splash. Got it. One or two more pieces to the puzzle. Whichever one you'd rather. Kick in the gut. Here we go. Power bomb. Cut to the Naito. One more move. Oh, he's gonna do it. Rollins gonna do it. Curb stomp. And with 1, 2. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Rollins, you know, don't stop. You know not to stop. Omega did the same, and Omega fell. So too will Naito. Architect's annihilation. And Seth Rollins retains. Thank you so much, Seth Rollins. Yes! Yes! I never thought I would say it, but that was a comeback from Seth Rollins. And that was one hell of a comeback at that. He had to fight from behind, but he did it. And he's still the ECW champion. You can take as much as you want away from Rollins physically, but one thing remains true. So long as that title is there and that record keeps on going, no one else is the greatest of all time. No one else is the best. Rollins is the best. That is final. But I'll tell you what is got nothing to do with two guys wanting to prove they're the best is this match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kazuchika Okada. There are no titles on the line. There's no title opportunity on the line. This is just hatred. Pure hatred between two guys, and we're going to see it on its finest form right now. Nakamura betrayed Okada at Payback. At Fastlane. How have things developed to this point? We are about to find that out. Two once incredibly close friends turned to bitter rivals because of one man's actions. Let us see how this all came about. Kazuchika Okada, Brock Lesnar, last man standing. Shinsuke Nakamura is back! No, no, no! Nakamura, no! What are you doing? No! What have you done? Brock Lesnar retains. It doesn't matter if he hasn't explained his actions yet. The damage has already been done. He betrayed Okada. This man was supposed to be his friend, but he kicked him while he was down. Sent him a text when he won, congratulating him at WrestleMania. Okada didn't even respond. Wherever Okada goes, whatever he does, he will be waiting to strike. He has become Okada's worst nightmare, and he will end him. Kazuchika Okada versus Shinsuke Nakamura at No Way Out. Fight has started early. Who is going to beat the other to a pulp so that they can't stay up on their feet? Kazuchika Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura at No Way Out. Oh, right. This is not about titles. This stopped being about titles the moment that 10 count was declared. And now it's about so much more than that. Titles mean a lot in wrestling, but so too do respect. There's friendship. There's alliances. That means the world. You can keep titles all you want, but you don't get an emotional connection to a title. You don't bond with a title. You bond with fellow wrestlers. You create a friendship with fellow wrestlers. That is what this man had with Okada. And that is what this man, in one foul move, took away from Okada. The friendship, the respect, the bond, the adoration. It was gone. Gone in seconds. And Nakamura knew what he was doing, and he took pride on it. Do I believe what Nakamura says? Not for a second. If you ask me, Shinsuke Nakamura is jealous of Kazuchika Okada. He wanted that success, but instead it went to Okada, simply because Okada won the Royal Rumble, and he won at the main event of WrestleMania. He did something that Nakamura couldn't do. And the reality was, while Nakamura was out injured, and he saw the success that Kazuchika Okada was having, the jealousy grew within him. The hatred for Okada grew within him. A one-sided hatred. And the moment he could come back, he wanted everyone to know what he did. He wanted everyone to know what Shinsuke Nakamura was about now. And he proved it in the most disgusting, heinous form possible. In the middle of the ring, when it seemed as if Nakamura came to save Okada, came to be his knight in shining armor. Well, it couldn't have been further from the truth, could it? Because he betrayed Okada. 3 Kinshasas, and there was nothing left in the former WWE champion. And now, Okada doesn't care for the title. Okada doesn't care for being the WWE champion right now. The Rainmaker's day will come again. What matters the most to him is this man. The man who took him under his wing. The man who saw him as so much more than a friend. It was like a brotherhood between these two guys. And now it's just not that. It's not a brotherhood anymore. This has effectively turned into a war. A war over values. A war over respect. And now, we have on one side, the jealous Shinsuke Nakamura. On the other side, we have the Rainmaker, the ace of SmackDown Live. The man who has brought prestige and honor to that brand. And the man who brings prestige and honor wherever he goes. No matter what dark shadow Shinsuke Nakamura pleads to cast over him. Okada says he's the nightmare. Nakamura says he's the nightmare of Okada. Now is the night to prove that is the case. Now is the night to show his brutal hatred for Kazuchika Okada. And you better believe he's going to have to show his hatred to everyone else as well. Because the fact is, he heads into this match not for a second as the favorite in terms of what the crowd believe. This is Okada country. Everywhere we go has become Okada country. It's because of one simple reason. This is what a wrestler is designed to look like. This is what a crowd favorite is designed to be. A fighter, a man of the people, someone who doesn't say no, someone who doesn't back down to a challenge, someone who lays his heart out in the ring every single time, and someone who trusts his friends, someone who has respect even for the worst kind of people. But even I think there comes a point where someone stops having respect, and I think Okada stopped having respect for Nakamura the moment the knee went into his face. It was Okada who initiated that backstage brawl on this past episode of SmackDown Live that you saw. It was Okada who wanted to fight Nakamura early. Is there a potentiality though that when Okada gets locked up, when Okada gets into this kind of state that he's in, where he kind of gets essentially too in over it, too personalized with his own feelings, but it costs him. Look back to SummerSlam. Okada had been on the back foot to Lesnar the whole time. And then he let himself get too outlandish. And next thing you know, Brock Lesnar's the WWE Champion. He can't afford to let the same thing happen here tonight. The Rainmaker, this isn't something that should be for the Rainmaker. Lesnar started the problems for Okada at SummerSlam, and Nakamura engulfed them tenfold at Fastlane. But here we go. It's very divided as well in terms of people choosing. Some are saying Okada, some are saying Nakamura. We'll see who has it in them to get the win here tonight. Look at the aggression, though, from the Rainmaker. There's no flair, there's no style to what Okada's doing. There's just hatred in every move. There's just unbridled rivalry to every move being struck. That is what Okada wants to do, and I don't blame him. Okada now with one hell of a neck breaker to Nakamura. Early cover made, and I think that is what it's all about for Okada. It's just winning this match. That's all it is. He just wants to win. Because a victory means everything in their tradition. A victory means the end. Everything happens in the ring. Everything ends in the ring. I mean, sure, not everything has happened in the ring. We've already seen that with the attack backstage. But, or the brawl for a better term. But, when someone wins in the ring, that is normally where you put the end note, where you say it has ended, where you say it's over. And that's where it should end. Here, between these two guys. Okada is well out on the aggressive side of things. Clothesline, and Nakamura sent over the top rope. You can just tell with every move that he hits that Okada just hates Nakamura. And like I said, I don't blame him. Is this Nakamura biting off more than he could chew? Is this Nakamura not realizing that the success that Okada has had in the wake of his absence has been deserved because of how great Okada has become? Headbutt into the barricade there, and Nakamura sent into the ring pole after it as well. And now Okada sends him back into the ring. Okada might have been thinking Rainmaker for a second there, but decided against it. There's still more to go with. What a forearm there to an already bloodied Nakamura. Kick in the back did nothing to the King of Strong style there, but Okada doesn't care because it means the fight keeps on going. Irish whip off the ropes. There's the drop kick from Okada. Oh, trying to hope for something there, and Okada in with a counter. Forearm in the face. Okada in. Here we go. German suplex. Line it up. Rainmaker. Will this be the one? Is this where Okada can already end the sweet, sweet rivalry? Is it time for Okada to shut up Nakamura already? There's 2-0. Kick out at 2. From the King of Strong style, and this one keeps going now, and look at how much more aggressive Okada is getting, but that may have cost him. Nakamura now fighting back almost instantaneously. There's blood on his face, but the King of Strong style doesn't care. Oh my goodness, this is going to be huge. From up high, landslide, nailed it. Staying up on his feet at that, and Okada is the one down. Nakamura is the one up his feet, and Nakamura now has him right where he wants him. A knee right in the face from the second row. There is no way. There is no way. Kick in the gut. Kinshasa covers Okada. 2, 3. What? 1? What did just... How did 1 do it? How did 1 finish the deal? Okada's a guy who it took two F5s to stay down at SummerSlam. It took an F5, 3 Kinshasas, and another F5 to keep him down at Fastlane. How did one end it here? Nakamura just won. The nightmare lives within Okada. The Rainmaker is slipping away. And Nakamura, not only did he add to the problems tenfold, the downfall of Okada has continued downwards to go with it. That is a topic that I want to keep on talking about, but it's for another day because we have the main event of the evening, the last match of this series of Universe. Vigilante versus Villain. World Heavyweight title on the line. Sting versus Marty Scurll. Who heads out of this with the World Heavyweight Championship? It's all up to these two men to find out which one it's going to be. This match I never thought I'd see, I'll be honest, for the world title, but it's happening right now, and we're going to see how it all came about. Coming up next, we are going to be having, once again, the celebration of the villain. There is no knight in shining armor. There is no vigilante to save you. Sting is back! Scorpion Death Drop the Scurll! He is back! And he has gone right for the world champion! Marty Scurll ain't here for one reason tonight, and it's because of that man. It will be Sting versus Marty Scurll for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Scurll is going to make an example of Curtis Axel right now to prove one thing to Sting. He is not afraid of him. The villain always wins. The vigilante has come to pass. Sting from behind! Scorpion Death Drop! Scorpion Death Drop! It is Villain versus Vigilante this Sunday. Oh boy. Well, from the sudden surprise of what we just witnessed in the match prior to a main event that I don't think any of us could have expected a month ago. Sting with one of the biggest returns I've seen in some time. It was almost as if Marty Scurll called him. It was almost poetic in its nature when he said there was no vigilante to save them. And Sting, from the heavens, was in the right place at the right time. Sting has come to take the world title away from Scurll. Think about it, every day essentially, since WrestleMania, Marty Scurll has bragged about victory. Marty Scurll has bragged about wanting to be the one to kill Monday Night Raw. And now, we lay witness here tonight to a man who won't let that happen. No matter where you may think Sting allies himself with, no matter where you think Sting might be friends with, if he even has any, Sting is one thing, and that is a Monday Night Raw wrestler. It doesn't matter what Sting does, it doesn't matter where Sting goes, he is always a member of Monday Night Raw. And if Scurll is going to speak ill of it, if Scurll threatens to kill something, Sting is going to be the one to stop him. There is always one who will fight no matter what. And that is Sting. And he is fighting here tonight against Marty Scurll. And once again, out comes a white knight attire from Marty Scurll. This lavish attire of his, and how direct it contradicts Sting as well. The black and white, the darkened nature of Sting contradicted with the bright white of Marty Scurll. And now we wait to see what happens here tonight. Marty Scurll versus Sting to close out this series of Universe. The longest reigning world champion and Sting. The vigilante is ready. The villain is ready. We are all ready. There is only one match left to close out this series, and here it is. If Sting loses here tonight, I truthfully believe it's the end of Sting. The only thing left that Sting fights for will be gone if he loses here tonight. He'll have nothing else to show. He'll have nothing else to say that he fights for this or he fights for something else, because the only thing he has left to fight for is Monday Night Raw. And if Marty Scurll beats him like he has beaten so many others before, Sting won't be able to fight on any longer. Sting won't have the fight left. Jinder Mahal, Adam Cole, Cassius Ohno, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, they have all fallen to the villain. Sting could be another name on that list. And you know, if it is, we're not hearing the end of it. There is one match left in this series of Universe, and this is it. And we have begun between Sting and Scurll. Scurll says he's not afraid of Sting. I find that hard to believe. And right now, Sting is toying about with him in the early going there, pushing him away. Say what you will about the actions of Sting. Maybe you don't agree with them. Maybe you think that Sting is being a little bit like Marty Scurll in his actions. But the reality of the situation is that Scurll does it for his own self-gain. Sting is doing it for Monday Night Raw. Sting is playing Scurll's own games against him. And the reality is that not only is it being played against him, but it's Sting doing it. And I will say that I believe Scurll is dead scared of this man. Twice, he has had the jump on him. Twice, Marty Scurll has been left laying in the ring. Chops, strikes from Sting in the early going here. Stun gun on the ropes there. No one, I had just noticed now, no one wanting to side with the world champion. And I thought no one, was a fan of Seth Rollins. Certainly seems to be that Marty Scurll is living up to the phrase name of the villain, and the crowd here tonight cheering on Sting as well. Scurll in trouble on the apron, able to counter his way out of it. Dump Sting down on his gut there. And that kick that followed up, you could hear the loud thump of it. Sting rolling out of the way there, but it is Scurll who is on the attack right now. Scurll in, flip, powerbomb there. Didn't go for the cover because, well, Sting and Scurll were tangled up in about every rope that existed. More to the point right now, Scurll, when he gets control, even if he is afraid, he is so confident in what he does. And he knows how to break down any opponent in the ring with him. And that's exactly what he wants to do right now to the Stinger, former world champion. Sting sends him into the turnbuckle. Walking up to him there, so definitely no Stinger splash intended. Up on the top rope now is Sting. Think it's superplex. Well, one simple chop, and off the top rope goes Marty Scurll. This has not been a great start for the villain. He's had bits and pieces of offense, but only bits and pieces. Sting is commanding this match, but oh, the outside is where Scurll can take advantage, and that is exactly what he's doing. Reverse suplex there on the outside. That thin padding does not give you any assistance. Sting in the turnbuckle. Scurll in the turnbuckle right now. Is he thinking? Might be thinking of one of his big turnbuckle moves. Decided against it. Sting in now. Samoan drop incoming. And he nails it. Just watching every bit and piece that these two guys are doing to one another. How they're reading one another in this one. And here we go now. Scurll is finally going after the arm. Scurll is finally going to try and get his own over. Try and use his own offense that has led him to so many title defenses. That has led him to that world title. And Scurll is in the corner. Sting is dazed. Incoming. Super kick from Scurll. And once again, right away, back to the arm goes Marty Scurll. This is early. This is early to look for it. And this is why. Because it's not the crossface chicken wing. Bird of prey strikes. And how easy Sting goes flying. Does Marty Scurll retain the world title? There's two. Sting says no. Sting says no and kicks out. And not only does he kick out, he is fighting out now. Look at Sting go from behind. I was on for a brief moment there that there would have been a Scorpion Death Drop, but there's an Atomic Drop by Sting. This crowd getting back on its side for Sting right now. Backed up into the turnbuckle. Scurll. Stinger Splash! Stinger Splash! Oh my God, is there a chance? Is there a chance? Tell me there is a chance right now that Sting could be walking out with the World Heavyweight Championship. This crowd keeps on cheering Sting on, but the back of Sting giving in there for a moment, and that is Scurll's time to take charge. Quick strikes, whatever else he can think of, snap mirroring him down. Kick right in the back there. Knowing that the back is hurt will help Marty Scurll. Sting revealed something that maybe he shouldn't have. And once again, if there's an open opportunity, Scurll will do everything in his power to hurt the arm. Sting ain't staying down. Sting is doing everything in his power to stay up on his feet, but Marty Scurll right now has him up on his feet and he's leading the way. Gut wrench suplex though. Sends him into the turnbuckle. Sting might not have it in him to go for the Stinger Splash once more. He puts him up on the top rope though. Scurll in with a counter, but he doesn't fly. Might have been too risky to go for it. Sting now in trouble. Flip powerbomb by Scurll. Clasps his arms together. Will this be it? Oh, that was a late kick out by Sting. But it was a kick out nonetheless. Scurll in the turnbuckle again. Super kick incoming. No! Sting countered. Sting countered. Tombstone. And Sting might be in. He's got him. He's got him. Rolling it over. Scorpion Deathlock applied. Scorpion Deathlock in deep on Scurll. He's nowhere near the ropes. Marty Scurll. Scurll taps out. Scurll submits. And for the first time in some 2 years, Sting is the World Heavyweight Champion. The villain dethroned. The vigilante is on top. I don't believe it, but it has come true. The Stinger is World Heavyweight Champion. I asked if Sting lost you tonight, would there be anything left to fight for? Well, now there is for Sting, because now he has the world title to fight for. He has Monday Night Raw to fight for. Sting is the World Heavyweight Champion. He has achieved what could have been seen as the impossible. So many had tried, so many had failed, but Sting wasn't going in that list. The vigilante stood tall for Monday Night Raw, and there stands the new World Heavyweight Champion. Sting shocks everyone and did it in convincing fashion. Scurll was afraid of Sting, and in the end, he couldn't hang in there. He couldn't survive against Sting. He tried everything out of fear, and that is Sting's weapon, fear. Sting wins. Sting is the champion, and the series is over.